we'll do it on the computer. All right. Well, hey, everybody. I wanted to take the chance here. We decided to do some interviews with some of the people that have made the decision to move over to eXp Realty recently. And of course, I need to interview my wife first because she is the most important. Really, we've heard a lot of things out there. We've gotten a lot of questions. That's the other piece. I know there's a lot of interest, a lot of energy around eXp, more so now than ever. And thought maybe this would help giving some ideas of just what we found and why we made the switch. So I have both Monica and Alyssa. For those of you that have had the, hi Alyssa.
Hello, I waved.
Chance and the pleasure to work with the Fry Group. You know how essential Alyssa is to the office
team.
And our team, exactly. So, so Monica, what anything to begin with that you would love people to know about either what your experience has been with eXp or why you made the switch?
Boy, I would say my experience so far, really from day one, has been fantastic. Starting off with the support we've gotten from corporate in helping our transition go really smoothly, along with Alyssa. She was instrumental with our transition. I forgot your question, David.
Well, just anything you would want to know about, what the transition, what have you found that, why did you make the move and what's been great? So why did you make the decision? Why did we ultimately, from your perspective, we were comfortable where we were. We weren't looking. So what made you choose?
I think for us and me, we made this decision jointly. Having been with another company, kind of starting that one from ground zero, we know what it took to make that happen and the results that we've benefited from that. And for us, we thought, this is a similar opportunity, but in our opinion, even better. And I think for us, or me, we did it more for the opportunity, along with having a better sense of growing our own business. And I think that's initially what lived for us. I will tell you that since we've come over and almost looking back at a year now, it'll be a year in May, my biggest or my most excitement comes from our buying our stock. And you touch a lot on your dad being a former 3M'er and looking at all the stock that he has taken advantage of over the years. And we now have that same opportunity. And I only wish that we could have done this 25 years ago when we first got in the business. So it's super exciting for me.
Yeah, the young ones certainly have the leverage or the over time with that. Consider that one.
Absolutely.
Alyssa, how about you? You were you got a chance to experience our old company for a while, which was Keller Williams, for those that you want to know. What have you noticed from that side?
Yeah. Well, of course, I was a little hesitant at first. Just the switch was a little felt like it could be overwhelming, but it was very seamless, which was nice. Easy transition as far as moving everything over with corporate. As far as the technology piece for eXp, it's insane what you get for the price. We get our own database system where we can use conversion, or you have the option to use sync. We chose conversion to get leads, and that system is just an amazing system. And the fact that you get that for that $50 is mind-blowing. Because from the office manager perspective, we were paying for that way more than $50 a month for similar programs.
Yeah, that was a big number, wasn't it?
It was a big number. So just that being included is awesome. And then anytime I need help, I don't have to go to the office or even give a call and leave a voicemail and wait for a call back. I pop into our virtual world and somebody's right there to help me. So though we got great service with our other brokerage, it is, how it is with phone tag and this and that. They've totally eliminated that by creating this virtual world.
So
cool.
I remember you walking into my office because I didn't put a lot into the stock of
No.
this cloud, this eXp world. But I do remember you walking into me one day and going, you know, this is actually really cool.
It is.
So you have found that getting the answers to the questions and the services has been kind of that. Because I agree with you. Our outcome, Keller Williams is great in a lot of ways, and
Yeah, they're awesome.
this just seemed, from where I sit, it seems to take the ability to be efficient with the service and get questions answers, almost brings it into the 21st century, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be a fair assessment?
I would agree with that because, again, communicating through email and phone, we all know it's efficient and it's great, but this even eliminates that lapse of getting an answer. It's like you're talking to somebody face to face at the touch of a button. I can't explain it. Like, it's crazy.
Very cool. So, Monica, back to you. What was your biggest fear making the move?
You know, to be honest, I did not have really any fear. I would say, going back to your initial point, we were not looking and we were happy at our other place. So maybe fear of, you know, telling people we're leaving, you know, probably was my fear. But aside from switching companies, I really didn't have any fear because we have a track record of exactly doing this. And people hire us. They know the Fry Group. We've always marketed us as the Fry Group. Our broker was really a non-factor. And so I really didn't have any fear. That probably sounds a little crazy, but I'm confident enough in my own ability to sell real estate, which I think is kind of a big misnomer out there too. My business hasn't changed with what I did a year ago. I still sell real estate. I still network. We still invest in our flips. We're doing, 4 more this year. Nothing has changed, but on top of that, we've added the ability to start building buying our stock and seeing that grow. I can't tell you, I'm so focused on that, it's not even funny. And so really nothing is.
Why is that? I mean, I think, part of what I think happens for people, we're so busy selling real estate, and realtors are so good at this that, and we're trained, this is my take on it, so I'd love to hear your thoughts. Our brokers want us to keep selling real estate because that's where their income comes from. So teaching us to look outside of that is not necessarily a strong point. So kind of curious you brought the stock up a couple of times.
Yeah, I think for me it is huge. I think our industry is pretty up and down. We ride the wave and then we see it go down, and 10 years ago it crashed. That was no way to live. And if I had something to fall back on, it would have certainly helped ride the wave out. And again, I just think I'm doing nothing more. And I think people could say, well, I can buy stock at any company, and yes, you can, but this is in addition to that. And being able to buy it at a 20% discount out of every check.
Well, they give us stock.
And they give us stock.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the cool part.
May, when we get our 16,500 or 16,000 shares in stock back, that's going to be huge. And I can't wait for that day. So that's
talking about the Icon Agent Program.
Yeah. So that's coming up.
That is really cool.
It really is. And again, for doing nothing different with my business. I mean, nothing different. So.
What would you have to say to any agent out there that is maybe secretly thinking or has been or sitting over there maybe buying into some of I call it paraphernalia, the fake news that's out there? Any kind of message for any agent about this?
You know what I would tell, and I have with people, put on your business hat versus your realtor hat. And really just look at this from a business, and again, just take a look at it. It may not be a fit for a lot of people, and that's fine. But I would say for people to just not even look at it, I scratch my head. I really don't understand that. Why would somebody not at least give somebody 10 minutes to say, well, tell me what, give me the skinny. That I find mind blowing. And I think that's part of the problem with our industry as well. We're not looking at it as a business. And I think you and I, from day one, have always looked at it as a business. Like what makes best sense for us. I don't care about my broker, and yes, they're super nice, and that to me is irrelevant when it comes down to my money and my business. So that just, to me, I scratch my head. I can't understand why people don't put on a business hat.
Or even take a look.
Or take a look. I mean, I just find that really silly. And from the people that you're going to interview down the road, they have some amazing stuff to share. And I just wish everybody could experience that. So, and I know that's where you get your passion from. It's mine as well. It's like my daughter's in college right now, and we're paying a pretty penny for that. So, anyway.
Well, and to the other thing that most agents, I think, like, we're all in good health. We're fortunate. We're in good health.
Yep.
Knock on wood. That can change tomorrow for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And when that stops, the income stops. We're talking about, I've been doing a profit, go back to business people, realtors as business people. From my coaching side of things, when I bring up a P&L, profit and loss, to an agent, I will tell you less than 1% have any idea where that sits today.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're supposed to be self-employed business owners, that's a scary thing when you think about it. So what I've noticed for us too is that this has upped our game on being business owners. Just by the fact that we chose in on it, it's making a difference.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Say, Alyssa, you've been sitting there quietly in the corner.
Me? No.
Anything else that you would like to add to, want people to know what you've noticed?
I definitely think you guys touched on the important things. I guess for me, it's just like Monica said, it's not like you have to choose eXp, but why not at least know what it has to offer? Because it has a ton to offer. It really does. Between stock options, you even touch on revenue, profit share, technology, but just the cost is crazy what you get for it. So at least know what's out there.
Now, I would say that, when we started with the company a little less than a year ago, there was about 3,000 agents. Not a big company by stretch. And we're over 9,000 now. So I guess in less than a year, we've tripled.
Yeah.
That kind of growth is going to have issues. Would you agree?
Yes, of course.
So, we went through the same thing with Keller Williams. And, I have always said that I'll give anybody the growing pains. It's what they do with them that matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point, Dave. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because I think that it's a new business, or, new to at least Minnesota. So certainly when we came on board, there were some bumps in the roads, and primarily Alyssa dealt with them more than we did. But we kind of expected that as well. So, but are we reaping the rewards right now? You better believe it. So, and that's a good point. Yeah. So.
I'd say the bumps in the road were minimal there was very minimal for a transfer from, a change, a big change.
We didn't lose out on any business.
No.
At the end of the day. So that was not even, but.
Okay. So here's the one that I get quite a bit. Everybody wonders, how do you get paid? Do you get paid quickly? Do you get paid slowly? How do you think that process is?
I'll
let Alyssa answer.
I would say it's the same. They use SkySlope. So as long as your documents are uploaded by closing, your title company, or you can mail the check in. And as long as you upload the ALTA, they'll pay it out before they even see the check. So,
they say kind of 24 or 48 to 72 hours.
Yeah. And I would agree with that.
that seems to be pretty consistent?
Yeah. I'd agree. As long as you have everything and you're staying on top of your stuff, then I wouldn't say there's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. Anything else you lovely ladies would like to add to?
Well, I will add, David, I hear too, with people thinking like they're going to lose business by being with the broker that, hasn't been with us, in the marketplace long. We have not seen that one iota as far as us moving, and there hasn't been any drop in our business at all. So just want to throw that out there. If anybody watching this is thinking, oh, I got to be with a big box company. No, they really are hiring. They hire Dave and I, and they will hire you as well. So.
Yeah, the transition actually was much easier than I expected too, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many big teams across the country are moving in very short order.
Yeah.
Major league teams that have moved in less than a month.
Oh yeah.
Consider what that typically would look like. I think it goes to show how efficient the cloud is versus a more traditional way of doing business. And I always say it's the 21st century, and we've really stepped into that.
Well, it's where we're headed. I mean, I think everyone can see the writing on the walls with where we're going here. Just on 60 Minutes the other night, they talk about these workplaces that you pay a monthly fee to be at, and they've got beer and treats, and all these people are cohabitating together, doing their own business. They're all independent companies, not even real estate related. But I thought, wow, just look at all that energy in there. And they're all connecting with people that is not their competitor, which you see in a typical real estate office.
Yep.
So I just think it was such a neat thing to see on TV there. And I just thought, wow, love it.
It was interesting you bring that up, because that's what I hadn't really thought about this as much until recently, because I'm already getting used to it. But in the cloud, we're able to collaborate, that mastermind that happens on Monday mornings, and across the country now, it used to be maybe a little local mastermind. We now have agents across the country on any weekly basis. When you look at our training calendar, live training, anywhere across the country.
Yeah.
It's already becoming this old dog that couldn't figure out how to create his little avatar in there is now starting to have all kinds. I mean, I'm doing video conference calls on a daily basis, and there's some pretty cool tools out there.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, thank you.
You're welcome, Dave. I got to go back to it. I'm going to sell some houses today.
You got to go sell a couple of houses?
Yeah.
Working
on it. That would be good. All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.